As I pressed play on this recording, a thought popped into my head. A thought that I had not thought of in a long time, and that is Daddy Daycare. Daddy Daycare. I'm telling you, I just thought of this as I pressed record for this episode. Daddy Daycare is a fantastic movie for a multitude of reasons. First of all, Eddie Murphy is great. Eddie Murphy is a great actor. He's a great comedian. I loved him in Shrek. He's fantastic. Fantastic. Second of all, Daddy Daycare is a good story. It's a good overarching story. Back when movies were not flashy, but they could tell good stories. I don't know what the budget was on Daddy Daycare, but I'm sure it wasn't the same as Avengers Endgame. And third and foremost, Daddy Daycare is one of the few movies with child actors that isn't complete shit. The child actors are, well, they act like not children. They're fantastic. They're fantastic. Now, some are better than others, but the main character, Ben, Eddie Murphy's son, he is an incredibly talented actor. Well, he's not Eddie Murphy's son. He's Eddie Murphy's son in the movie, I should say. But incredibly talented. Who knows where he is right now? Hopefully he's okay. Um, yes. So that's important. It's important. It's important to have good child actors. That's if you're making a movie with children in it, they need to be good. But enough about the kids. Enough about the kids. This is about Daddy Daycare. Daddy Daycare is a fantastic story. If you haven't seen it, I recommend go watching it. It should be on Netflix. If not, just go to the Seven Seas, if you know what I'm saying. Don't sue me, please. Whoever owns that movie. But it's a good movie. It really is. It's a movie that has multiple layers to it, meaning it's a fun comedy movie, but it also tells a very heartfelt story about a father and his son and how a community can come together to, you know, ruin the one business of that one bitch. What was her name? The mean bitch. You know what I'm talking about. For the private school. The woman owns private school and she's trying to shut down this Daddy Daycare in a variety of ways, some legal, some illegal. But she ultimately fails and she ends up as a crosswalk guard because that is the worst job ever. Now, crosswalk guards are good people. They're nice. I knew quite a few of them when I was walking across the crosswalk. But it's also one of those jobs where more and more people are just getting hit by cars. So that's very unfortunate. But back to the movie. The movie's good. Very, very good. I've said that multiple times, but it's funny for kids and adults. There's some jokes in there that only adults would get. There's some fun, potty humor, but it's tasteful. It's tasteful. It's not just your classic poop and pee jokes. It's more eloquent. It's more eloquent. And that's what makes it such a timeless movie. It can be watched any season, any time of year, at any time of day. It can be watched as long as you understand English, you understand the movie, and that's what makes it so great. Yes, there's some pop culture things and there's some other things that you might not pick up on, but they're not integral to the story. And the story is very good. I would give you a brief synopsis, but you should really just go watch the movie yourself. If you really want me to make a dedicated video on the story of Daddy Daycare, go watch the movie and then tell me down in the comments that you want that. If even one person asks for it, I'll do it. But that's what we're talking about here. Daddy Daycare. Fantastic film. Kind of unfortunate because Eddie Murphy really isn't in much anymore. Very unfortunate. I think they're making a Shrek remake or whatever. I don't know if he'll be, I'm assuming he'll be Donkey again, but I have no idea. I truly don't. I have no idea. I hope he does because Eddie Murphy is fantastic. very big part of my childhood. Shrek was amazing. Shrek was a huge part of my childhood, and Daddy Daycare was as well. I remember when that movie came out, I absolutely loved it from start to finish. It's a very good movie. It's funny and it tells a good story. I've said the same thing like 5 times from now. I really need to wrap up this episode because I am just trailing off. Does that make sense? So, I appreciate you listening to this, and I will see you tomorrow.